Hi guys, it's Dave. Well, it looks like the election is over. The chances of Trump finding enough votes and enough cheating to cause a redo or recount, there is recounts happening in many states, about 7 I think. However, we're pretty much screwed, and it's all because of cheating in the election. Our electoral results system, our auditing system, and our integrity of the election really sucks. There should be no absentee ballots. There should be no mail-in ballots. There should be nobody dropping off truckloads of ballots from anywhere at any time. The only way you should be able to vote in this country, and I speak for many people, Democrat and Republican, the only way to safely have a presidential election or any election in this country is to go in with a voter ID, a state ID with your face, and do the election in person. In addition, I think there's some software issues that need to be really addressed. The software that we use is flawed. There was one case, and I don't know what state it's in, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but it was falsely giving Republican votes to Democrats because the software was flawed or virused or intentionally screwed up and built to do that. We have got to get to a point in this country where we don't allow things like this to ever happen again. We've got to have in-person voting, and you see that? I'm military. I'm ex-military. I'm a retired disabled American veteran from the U.S. Army, and I enjoy that. I honored my country by doing that. But if you expect young men to go and fight and maybe die for their country, they've got to have an electoral system they can trust and believe in. They've got to have a government that they can trust and believe in. And at this point, they do not. Things are fundamentally going to change in this country now that this election is so-called over. And that scares the hell out of me. There's so many rights that we Americans have that we could lose now because they think they voted in Joe Biden. No, you didn't. You voted in Kamala Harris, an admitted communist, an admitted leftist. She wants nothing but to destroy the American way of life. It's just the way it is. But so many people are so blinded by politics and lies, and just simply because they're of a certain culture or their parents were Democrats or they're a Democrat, we're just not going to vote for anybody but a Democrat. Okay? Well, that makes about as much sense as shitting in your pants and going and changing your shirt. That makes as much sense as going and paying a higher price at a store just because you like that store. Store A has this at $6, store B has this at $8, but you always shop at store B. So you're just going to go and get screwed out of $2 because you've always been accustomed to store B. Please raise hell, America. Write to your congressman. Write to your senators. Call them. Ring the phones off the wall. Demand in-person voting only. And like I said, I'm ex-military, and I know, there are people overseas that can't go to the voting poll. And I don't trust putting a poll in a military base somewhere or on a ship and saying that we can trust the votes that come out of that ship or that voting poll in Afghanistan to be true and accurate and unadulterated and unaltered. I don't trust software. I don't trust the internet. I don't trust anything but in-person voting with a photo ID. Registered voters that are dead 20 years ago do not get up and go vote. People who voted Republican do not get to be counted as Democrats. Software can be corrupted. Software can be intentionally manipulated. How about if we just don't use software? How about if we hand count every ballot, every election? How about if we stop allowing votes to come in after November 3rd? If you're not there to vote by November 3rd, then you don't get to vote. Just that simple. If your driver's license expires on your birthday and you go in 5 days later to get your driver's license, you were driving without a license for 5 days. If your car tag expires, you're driving without a car tag. You shouldn't get the vote after November 3rd. We have become way too lax and way too liberal in our way of handling elections. Let's stop that. That's not just the opinion of an old bearded veteran. That's a fact. Because right now we're the laughingstock of the world. And we are being screwed, America. We are being screwed. Literally. Bend over and take it. Because you voted for this. Or because you allowed people who cheat with elections to do this to us. That's what I got to say. Have a good day. God bless America. Pray for America. Pray for our leaders. And keep the spirit of giving and doing for others the way you want to be done in your heart. God bless America.